Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lilian, and in today's video I am going to bake. So you guys wanted some more cooking / baking videos, so today I'm going to make vegan cinnamon rolls. During this year I made this like 3 times or something. It is so good, like you literally cannot taste that they are vegan. So I'm gonna make this. The recipe that I use is from Tasty. It's super easy. You don't need all these weird special substituting ingredients. You can literally just use plant-based milk, and all the other ingredients are just normal ingredients. Quick disclaimer before we go into this video: excuse my low energy, tired face, because I've been dealing with toothache this whole week. I'm just living off ibuprofen and paracetamols right now. So if I talk a bit weird or I'm just a bit tired, it's because I'm not getting sleep because of this toothache. So please bear with me. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna make some delicious vegan cinnamon rolls using the recipe from Tasty. I'll link the recipe down below as well. Before we head into this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and follow me on Instagram at Lilian Tseggai. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let's just head straight into it. So these are the ingredients that we need. I'm using plant-based milk. This one is from the brand Oatly. This is my favorite brand of oat milk. Honestly, I don't really like the other plant-based milks, but oat milk is my favorite, and specifically this brand. Then I'm using plant-based butter. This one is by the brand All Pro Soya. This is some flour, sugar, brown sugar, powdered sugar. Then we need some salt, some cinnamon, some vanilla extract, and some vanilla sugar. Now you can choose either one of these. You don't need both really. And then some yeast. So first things first, we're gonna start by measuring our milk. Now I don't have my measuring cups here with me. I actually left them at my auntie's house because last time I made it there. So I'm just gonna use a normal cup. I hope this doesn't mess up the ratio, but I guess if I use this cup for everything, it will be fine. So I'm going to use 2 cups of milk. The milk should be at room temperature. Another cup. Now, as I said, you can use any milk that you like. It doesn't necessarily have to be oat milk. You can use almond milk, soy milk, any type of milk really. Then we need half a cup of butter, but the butter needs to be melted. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in this small bowl and then put it in the microwave to melt it. Just gonna put it in this cup. If you're using a cup like me, make sure to push it down so that you can really measure half a cup of butter. I'm gonna add 1 more scoop. There we go. I think this is more than half, but that's okay. So we're just gonna put it here. I'm gonna put this in the microwave for about 45 seconds to 1 minute maybe, and see how it melts. If it's melted, I take it out. Don't boil it because you don't want it to be too hot, but just make sure that it's melted. So I put the butter in for 1 minute. As you can see, it is all melted, so I'm adding that to the milk mixture right now. Then I'm going to add 1/4 cup of sugar to the mixture. I think this should be fine. And then we're going to whisk it. You don't really need to do much. You just have to make sure that the sugar is melted. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Also, I don't know if you guys want to see my face during these cooking videos. I think that I don't know what I prefer actually, but let me know if you want to like see a bigger frame shot, I guess. Maybe I can just switch to a bigger frame now. Hold on. So I thought I'd show my face because I thought that's just a bit more personal and more fun to watch, because just watching my hands might be a little boring. Anyways, I have the mixture here. This is milk, butter, and sugar. We are going to sprinkle the yeast over the mixture. We're not gonna whisk it or touch it or mix it or anything like that. We're just gonna sprinkle it on top and then let it sit for like 5 minutes. The recipe says 1 minute, but I feel like 5 minutes makes it rise even more, if that makes sense. So you just sprinkle it on top of the mixture. By the way, it was such a struggle to get this. I swear, since this whole pandemic, yeast is sold out everywhere. The price of flour tripled. Like, we used to get it for like 50 cents or something, and now it's like 150 for the self-rising flour. It's insane. Anyways, that was just my little rant, sorry. Now we're gonna let it sit for 5 minutes. It's 5:15 now, so we're gonna let it sit for 5 minutes and then we'll be back. So this is the milk, butter, and sugar mixed together, and then we sprinkled the yeast on top of it. And now we're gonna let it sit for 5 minutes.
It's like a turban. I can wrap my head around the shape, but I need your brown skin. I'm like India when I'm not just on you.
Okay, it has been 5 minutes. It doesn't look much different, to be honest. Okay, so we're gonna add 5 cups of flour and 1 teaspoon of salt. That's about enough. So this is 1 cup. I'm gonna start with 3 cups. Because you can always add more, but you cannot take out the flour afterwards. So let's not ruin this thing. This is so good. This is gonna be so messy. Oh my god. Okay, let's add 1 more cup. See, I can't do this because I'm right-handed. I can't do anything with my left hand. This is really hard. And I'm sorry if I'm being a little quiet because my mom is sleeping. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I prepared this so I can put the flour through it and it won't clump up. Ugh, I am so stupid. Well, okay, I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla flavored sugar to this. I know I should have done it before, but it is what it is. You don't really need to add this, by the way. This is just optional. I don't think I did this the last time either, but YOLO. I'm gonna use the mixer because I'm just tired, to be honest. Do you guys see that? Okay. I did not use the mixer last time. Oh. Why am I like this? Oh my goodness. I hope it didn't went inside. So that's about it. Don't use a mixer, guys. Don't be lazy like me. Just use this. It's been like 3 months since I've made this, so I just don't remember what I did. But this is definitely not it. You don't really need to do much to this, to be honest, because we're gonna let it sit and rise for like an hour. So you just need to make sure that it's one mixture. I think I am gonna add some flour because it is a bit runny. So basically I'm using 4.5 cups of flour. Because if the flour is too runny, it is gonna be very, very annoying. Okay, there we go. We've added 5 cups of flour. I'm just gonna add everything because I feel like it's gonna be a bit too sticky otherwise. We need a new whisk because this one is like falling apart. That's why I'm holding it like this. So now I'm just scraping the sides of the bowl to make sure that when it rises, it's one nice ball of dough. So next, I'm going to put a plastic bag over it, like so. And we're going to let it rise for 1 hour at least. You want to do this in a warm spot, so somewhere where it's sunny or maybe near the heater or something like that. So I just set a timer for 1 hour. I'm gonna clean this up while that's rising, and then I will be right back with you guys. I don't know why I'm doing this, but yeah, be right back. So I'm back. I was just watching Netflix and I got all sleepy. I let it sit for more than an hour because I checked after an hour and it felt like it didn't rise. It's supposed to double in size and it didn't really double in size. It definitely has tripled in size. I don't know if you guys can see. So yeah, I let it sit for a while. Life hack, I don't have a rolling thing. I don't know what it's called. So I'm just gonna use this bottle. Let me wash it real quick. So now what we're gonna do is put some flour on your, whatever this is called. What is this called? I don't know what this is called. Countertop? No. I don't know what this is called, guys. Sorry. English is not my first language and I feel like I forgot what it was. Anyways, you just, honestly, you don't want to be stingy with this. Just put loads of flour because if it sticks to this, it's really annoying. I can't do this. I need to Google what the word is. Kitchen counter. Oh, countertop. I was close. So you want to put loads of flour on the kitchen counter, on your counter, whatever it's called, because when it sticks, it's really annoying, especially when you're rolling it into the cinnamon roll. It's not nice. So let's take out the dough. Wow, this dough is really fluffy, but as you can see, it's also really sticky. Also, you have to add a bit of flour now on top of the dough before you take it out. That's why it's so sticky. I was like, what did I miss? They say about ½ a cup of flour. So I'm just gonna wing it. Okay, so you're supposed to add some salt and some flour to your dough and then mix it again. You can do this with your hand. This is kind of like making injera. Oh my god, this is so sticky. And while you're kneading the dough, just see, like, if it still feels really sticky, just add a little more flour to it. Okay, so as you can see, the dough is still very sticky. So I'm gonna knead it and add flour until it's until it doesn't stick that much to my hands anymore. I'm gonna flip the dough onto the counter. The recipe says keep kneading and keep adding flour until the dough is not sticky anymore. I don't know why it's so sticky. I swear, all the previous time that I made this, it was so much easier. Like, I even did it with my 2-year-old niece. Okay, now we are getting somewhere. Okay, now that we have a nice ball of dough, please make sure that your counter is covered in flour because, trust me, you don't want this to stick. Grab my bottle and we just start rolling it. I think this dough is too big. What I just want to say is you don't want this to be too thick. Let me see what the recipe says. Because you're gonna roll it up, and the thicker this layer is, the bigger your rolls will be. Yeah, so they're saying roll the dough out into a large rectangle about 1 centimeter thick. I need to get this stuff out of the way because okay, I am so hot right now, but we are almost there. So I'm gonna use this rubber brush and I'm gonna dip it into the butter. You can also do this with your hands. And then we're just gonna paint the whole thing. I'm gonna put butter on everything, basically. I wonder if there's like some other type of brush that's easier to use than this. Apply like a generous amount of butter because it will make the brown sugar and the cinnamon like melt all together and it will be so good. So good. I'm trying to cut down on the dairy and all of that stuff. So I'm just trying out like substitutes. I'm trying to replace my daily ingredients kind of. So for example, I love milk. I love milk. And when I worked at Starbucks, I tried every single plant-based milk because I was like, now that I have access to it, I might as well try it. I didn't like any of it. I didn't like any of them because Starbucks has its own brand. At least where I work, they had their own brand of plant-based milks. And their oat milk is really not good. It's so not tasty. And some of the Starbucks locations, they use like the Alpro oat milk or the Oatly oat milk or whatever, but mine didn't. So I tried all of them. Coconut milk, I don't like that at all. Almond milk, I don't like it. I tried Oatly and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. So now I don't drink milk anymore. I only drink Oatly unless I really don't have a choice. But now I'm also just trying to be like, okay, if you don't have a choice, then just don't drink milk. So I'm just trying to take like baby steps basically. Okay guys, we're almost done, I promise. What we're gonna do next is put some brown sugar and cinnamon, sprinkle it all over this dough square, I guess, and then we're gonna roll it up. So start with the brown sugar, and again, just be generous with this. Don't be scared. This is gonna make it so good. And honestly, because you don't put that much sugar in the dough, it's not really that sweet. Like, it's not overwhelming. And then, you know, you can just spread it like this. That was so satisfying. Just spread it out like so. Okay, let me just wash this hand. And then we are going to put cinnamon all over. Again, go off with the cinnamon because these are cinnamon rolls and this is the only time you're adding cinnamon to the recipe. So just don't be scared that it's gonna be too overwhelming, because it's not, trust me. Okay, now is the hard part. We're gonna roll it up, and you wanna do this as tight as possible. And it's really big. Ugh. So just start with this so that it's a little easier for you to roll, and then try to like pinch and pull it backwards so that you get this really tight. Okay, as you can see, this part is like messed up. You can't make a roll out of this. So you can just cut it up like so. And honestly, you can still make rolls out of this. I don't throw this away. I just put it in the oven with it. But it's just not gonna look nice as the other rolls. So I'm gonna do that on the other side as well. And as you can see, you can already see that it's gonna be a nice roll. So at this point, you get your sheet pan ready and just put a baking sheet on it. And then you just cut pieces. Honestly, it's not that hard. Be careful not to scratch your counter. And there you go. We have one cinnamon roll. The thickness, I cut them to about 2 centimeters, I think, because they will get huge in the oven as well. So you don't want to make them too big, but you also don't want to make them too thin. So as you can see, we got lots of beautiful layers. Hey Tuti! Alles goed?
Alles goed?
Wat eet jij? Okay, so mind the flour and everything on the countertop, but this is what they look like right now. They're quite apart right now, but once they get into the oven and they bake, basically, they will all mold in together. But it's okay because you can still pull them apart. However, before we put them in the oven, we're gonna let them rise again. Place the cinnamon rolls into the cake pan and then cover with plastic wrap and place in a warm place to rise for 30 more minutes. So that's what we're gonna do right now. I'm gonna cover this with plastic wrap, and then we're gonna let it rise for another 30 minutes, and then we're gonna put it in the oven. Okay, here you go. These are the cinnamon rolls after they rested for 30 minutes. As you can see, they're already risen, like they've gotten bigger already. And I came up with an idea to cut up the ends, the leftovers that I had, and I put them in the air fryer. So I'm gonna try that out as well, to bake them in the air fryer, because I've seen it multiple times that you can bake things in your air fryer. So I'm gonna try that out as well. So now I'm gonna put these in the oven on 180 degrees Celsius for 25 to 30 minutes. And I'm gonna do the same to the air fryer. I am gonna Google like if you need to put the temperature up or do you have to leave them in for a longer time. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna check it out. I'm also cooking dinner, by the way, so don't mind that. But when I'm done eating dinner, I'm gonna come back to you guys when these are out of the oven. Okay, so as I said, I tried an experiment in the air fryer and it actually worked. Well, no, it did not work. I think I put them in for way too long. I put them in for 15 minutes and they're kind of hard now. So luckily it's okay. It's just the leftovers. Anyways, the ones in the oven are almost done. So we're gonna make the frosting. Now you only need 3 things for this. Again, your plant-based milk, powdered sugar, and vanilla extract or like flavor. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna add the powdered sugar. Honestly, this does get kind of watery, so I usually put like at least 1 of these. So I'm just gonna add a little. And I'm just gonna add a splash of milk. By the way, I counted the rolls. The ones that I put in the oven are 20 cinnamon rolls. So I also want to make quite a lot of icing. So this is really easy. You just mix the ingredients. When it's too runny, you add powdered sugar. If it's too thick, you add oat milk. So it's super easy. Okay, so my frosting is a little runny, but I finished the powdered sugar. So I just Googled what you can use instead. And I read cornstarch and flour, so I think I'm going to add a little bit of flour. So here we have them, our cinnamon rolls. So I think this lighting might be a little better. I feel like it's more natural. Sorry if you hear background noises. It's just getting really hot in this house with the oven and everything, so I opened the windows. Okay, so I think I'm gonna put the frosting on these 2 mainly. And if I have leftovers, I'll put them on the 3rd tray as well. But honestly, I don't really mind if there's 1 tray without frosting, because some people don't really like that much sweetness in their food. I'm just gonna pour this. So there we have it, the vegan cinnamon rolls. As you can see, they look delicious. So I used the tasty recipe to make this. It was super easy. You only need a few ingredients. It's not too much work. Only thing is that you have to keep waiting in between the steps to let the dough rise. But yeah, that doesn't really add to the difficulty. It's just that you have to wait. And yeah, these always turn out amazing. You can never really go wrong with these. Honestly, today was a bit messy. I don't know what was wrong with me. I'm just super tired, so it was a bit hard for me to stay on top of my things. So it was a bit messy, but we did it in the end. As you can see, this one has the most icing and this one has the least. That's just for the people that don't really like too much sweetness in their food. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I hope that it was easy to follow. I know that it was super messy because honestly, I'm just really tired and my tooth is hurting me so much right now. But yeah, these are just vegan cinnamon rolls. They're super easy. You don't really need that many crazy ingredients either. All you need is plant-based milk and plant-based butter. All of the other ingredients are just normal regular ingredients. Again, excuse my low energy and if I talk a bit weird. Like I said, I'm dealing with dental issues right now. It's really not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more baking or cooking videos, let's get this video to 1,000 likes. And leave a comment down below on what recipe you want to see next. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Lilian Tseggai and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. We're almost at 10K, so let's get there. So thank you again for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!